Just want to say, first of all, just congratulate Arizona and Coach Fish and their team. They've had a fantastic season. They played their guts out today, and certainly deserved to win. I'm really proud of our football team, and I'm so thankful for all of you guys up here. Again, the guts, the fight, the belief, the commitment, your body of work, the young men that you are, just amazing people. Fantastic football players, but amazing people. Got everything that we could out of this group of guys, and you guys have led the way. And we squeezed all the juice out of it we could squeeze. And so I just want to say how thankful I am for all of our players and these guys as leaders of the team, and I'm disappointed for them that we couldn't do a few things a little better to have a chance to win, and we certainly it was a heck of a game and came out on the wrong end of it, but doesn't take away, again, how amazing these guys are, the type of team that I believe that, the season that we had. Sure, there's some disappointment, but there's a lot more to be thankful for than not. So, Drake is, the one senior that's up here, man, this is a guy that he's made every person in the Oklahoma program better. And you've enriched all of our lives, man. We're thankful, man. What the amazing example that you've been. You've been an amazing player. But how you do what you do, man, it's you're that dude. So, man, I just want to say thank you, man. I love you and all you guys, man. The guys playing, banged up, and Jackson had many things tonight that was just fantastic. He's gonna have an amazing future, and we got to be a little better around him to help him. And I don't want to speak the obvious, but and obviously, you're not going to win when you lose a turnover margin 6-1. That's the name of the game. But again, doesn't take away again the type of season and the type of men that we have, and then what our future looks like.
Thank you. Raise hands. Mike Holmes will come. Go to second row. Please direct your question specifically to player or coach.
This is for Danny. Danny, after the game, you talked to Jackson a little bit and basically said something to the fact of, you're all in with him going to the SEC as the quarterback. Kind of take us through your thought process on why you decided to tell that to him after the game.
I mean, it's obvious. Jackson's a baller. We have full faith in him. First career start, he played his heart out. Every time he enters that field, I have so much confidence in that offense and everything that they do. I love him to death. He's a tremendous player. I know now there's going to be some adversity, but he needs to hang his head up high, higher than ever, because, Oklahoma has his back. That entire locker room is, with Jackson, and this changes nothing.
Front.
Sort of a similar question for you, Brent. I noticed late in the game you were talking to Jackson, I think, when Arizona went up there. Just what were your words to him in that moment, and also just throughout the game, especially early when he had that shaky start?
We got your back. Don't throw late. Across the middle. And can't go broke taking a profit. And you don't have to try to win the game, all in one play. But not that he did. Just your normal coach speak stuff, But he had some phenomenal moments tonight and gave us a chance going into the fourth quarter, having a chance to win. And to me, if we play a little better on defense, when the game's tied up in 2nd and 17, and we can't give up a conversion there and expect to win in a game that's through all the adversity that's happened, and the game's tied. And at 2nd and 17, we got to be better. I got to be better. I got to put them in a better position. And we can't give them. I think 2 plays later they score a touchdown and to go up. So we got to be. Everybody around him got to be better to help him be successful. But I think it shows you don't have to play perfect. Matter of fact, you can play far from perfect and still have a chance to beat a top 15 team. And but at the same time, the game will punish you. For turning the ball over.
Middle front, please.
Ryan Aber from the Oklahoman. Jackson, I know it's really soon after the game, but what do you feel like you learned tonight, especially from the way that the game started and the way you were able to settle in after that until the end?
I'd say just to battle through adversity. Our team chaplain this morning, that was the main focus was battling through adversity because it's going to strike at some point, and it did tonight. And, obviously there's things I want back tonight, but just learn to keep my head up and just keep on playing through it no matter what. It's something I take away from tonight.
Front, please.
I've actually got two. Jackson, if you could just talk a little bit about how the night went with Seth, because obviously you're new, but so is he, just how that communication went with you all. And then Brent, I'm wondering, Jackson dropped back 50 times, threw 45 passes. You guys hadn't attempted that many passes. Was this just a night to see what you got in this guy and the offense moving forward?
I loved what Coach Luttrell and Coach Finley did tonight. I've got the utmost confidence in them that they're going to call a great game, and I believe they did. Those mistakes were on me. I'm going to take the full blame for that. I've just got to be better. I thought they put me in great positions to win tonight, and just lack of execution was the problems that we had tonight.
I thought we had good balance, running and throwing, and had a lot of opportunity throwing the ball, threw it well, a lot. And so I think some of that was there. And then some of it's RPO world, and that's just decision by the quarterback, whether he pulls it out of the belly or not. And but I thought we had really good balance, hard to stay in rhythm when you have some of the things that were happening, maybe whether it's penalties or, turning the ball over. But we continued to fight together, and defense responded several times, and offense would come right back. And that's what I love, is just even in moments of adversity or things gone dreadfully wrong, we continue to respond, and both sides of the ball, but especially on offense and with Jackson as the leader. Just what he said, the chapel service today was about handling adversity. When you got the right stuff, it's just second nature, and he does. Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, but it's certainly not for us.
Back middle, please.
James Hale, CBS Sports Radio in Oklahoma City. Brent, you ran a little bit of a different look today in defense tonight. Could you talk about that and how it went? And Drake, if you could talk about the fight that you guys had. It's one of your biggest attributes is you just always fight until the last whistle. You have a new quarterback things, but you guys always look like you were fighting. And so, Brent, if you could tackle that, then Drake.
Again, we just thought that the style of their offense, really good at skill. They're either going to 7-man, 8-man protect and not let your 4-man rush get there if you're rushing 4, or their big screen game and then shot game down the field. So just thought that having a little more speed on the field would be important. This is a really athletic offense and really, again, good skill. And again, we give you a little more variety in coverage and things of that nature. And so some of it was really good, some of it not so good. I think there was some disruptiveness that took place. I think we had 5 sacks and 11 tackles for loss. And again, we got to get off the field a couple of other drives, but I thought there was some good stuff that came out of it.
Just to speak on the fight of, you said the offense or just the whole team in general. I'd say, in the end, we're a reflection of our head coach, and that starts in the off season and off season training, and you know who you got. And like he said, we just got guys that have the right stuff, and those are intangibles that can't be taught. That's in you or it's not. And we got guys with that. And if there's time left on the clock, we're fighting, we're clawing, we're trying to win. And if there's time on the clock, you got a chance. And I think when you get a group of guys like that, you're going to win a lot of games. And the ones you don't, they're going to be close. And, we came up short tonight. We didn't make enough plays to win. But, we're never going to stop fighting.
Front middle, and then second row.
Dean Blevins, News 9, to the defensive players. Guys, it seemed like it was either feast or famine. You know, they got off to such a good start, but then for much of the game, he just throttled them. I mean, it was like 520 yards to 2-something for so long, and then they were able to spurt. What was the reason for such good play and then them having so much success at other times?
I mean, I think that's just how the game of football goes. You know, at times, you know, we have momentum, you know, we're able to, you know, execute, and, you know, they're going to make plays. You know, they have great players on, you know, for the University of Arizona, you know, so they were able to get us on some play calls. You know, it's a game of chess. You know, we had them there. They had us, you know, sometimes. But, you know, I love the fight that the defense showed. You know, every single time, you know, they made a play, we were hustling, you know, kept fighting, kept clawing, like what Drake was implying. And I love the fight this whole entire team has.
Billy, do you want to follow up?
I feel like we did a great job preparing for Arizona. I feel like our coaches put us in the right stuff. I just feel like tonight Oklahoma beat Oklahoma, and if you do that, you can't expect to win. So I feel like we did a good job putting them behind the chains. We just got to find a way to get off the field.
Second row, please.
Brent, you've been around the program long enough to know the build-up, especially for the quarterback position, and the tendency to parse everything that he does every game. And when you get a guy as anticipated as Jackson, there's going to be a tendency to go one way or the other tonight based on this one performance. Your reaction to the possibility of that occurring based off just one game sample size?
Of what's going to just...
The fact that there's just so much anticipation for a quarterback at Oklahoma, period. But then when you get someone like Jackson, who's such a highly regarded kid, everyone's been waiting for this night. The reaction is going to be extreme one way or the other. Your response to that?
It's always going to be extreme one way or the other. And I mean, for me, you know, I preach to these guys all the time, man, being inside out. You know, whether they're really, you know, supporting you or, you know, they're throwing stones at you. You know, you get into this arena, that's what you sign up for. But at the same time, man, that's not how we're gonna, you know, get, you know, our joy. That's not what's gonna define us, you know, good or bad. And, you know, for us to be, you know, just committed to what it takes to be successful, do your part, 1 of 11. You know, like every single, you know, Jackson and a quarterback at Oklahoma is no different than any other player. You know, you're gonna have some great moments. You know, you're offered a scholarship at Oklahoma. You must be pretty dang good. You know, and when you're the quarterback at the University of Oklahoma, something that you do sign up for, you're the face, you know, in many ways of the program. And but I know we got the right guy, and we got the right group there. And broad shoulders, level-headed, incredibly humble, tough on himself, demanding of himself. I don't ever worry about him having success and going to his head, and I certainly don't worry about, you know, if he's, you know, fragile or a head case. You know, this is a strong dude that's very process-driven. He's very committed. He's relentless with his work ethic, and he'll bring out the best in everybody. He's a great, great leader and incredibly skilled, and so, you know, many ways we had a chance to, you know, going into the fourth quarter, win the game, you know, in his debut against a, you know, a top 15 team. And if we're, you got to, you know, hold on to the ball or, you know, get off the field on 2nd and 17. It's a team game, and everything matters. So, you know, we had a chance going into, you know, the last half of the fourth quarter to a chance to win the game. So that's a lot of credit to all the great things that Jackson and the team did as well.
Final question up front.
Yeah, for Gavin, how physical was the game? And did that have anything to do with the 3 fumbles? You guys, interceptions happen in modern football, but fumbles are generally, you know, the result of physicality.
Yeah, no, Arizona was a great team, and, you know, they played hard, they played physical, and it's something that we knew watching film, that they'd be physical, but we got to take care of the ball. And you know, that starts with, you know, drills at practice, making it an emphasis to take care of the ball. And, you know, like Coach Venables says, you know, you can't win, you know, with the game with 6-1 turnover battle. So just got to be able to take care of that ball, and that's the key to the game. So we just got to be better in that aspect.